Good morning. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. Today is Wednesday, February 26th, 2025. Man, it's a rainy morning. Um, but I'm back with another video. So let's just get straight to it. Peace and blessings, everybody. It's a great time to be alive. It's a very, innovative, revolutionary time to be alive. And man, every day it just seemed like it's something new. But yeah, I just seen Trump just sign an executive order to implement new gold cards to attract high value immigrants. And from my understanding, what these gold cards are going to do is get people that are immigrants that want to become United States citizens to pay $5 million to start the process to the United States of America. So immigrants that are extremely wealthy will have the opportunity to pay into the United States system $5 million a pop a head, $5 million a head, which will then in turn add to our wealth. These are high value immigrants that would bring business and create other job opportunities for other citizens. Hey, I think it's a great idea to attract people to, you know, the most powerful country in the world, arguably. So I'm gonna present a video that's gonna kind of break that down. And shout out to the content creator, Professor Nez. So let's get into it.
Hot Springs, Arkansas in the house. Laura Tilfer, we got the best mods in the business. Big shout out to the best mods. So here's Trump talking about this, and it's just absolutely breathtaking. I have subtitles as well, but I'm gonna have him introduce you. This is all about gaining foreign investment, actually bringing people into our country who can invest jobs, infrastructure, capital into our economy, making us more prosperous than we've ever seen. Screw your green card. We've got gold cards, for the love of God. Woo! I'm
Yeah, because with the gold card, it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at the cost right here, $5 million. So they're trying to get at least 1 million people to pay that. You know what I'm saying? The gold card is strictly money, immediate money that would. This is what they're presenting. Pathway to citizenship, job creation requirement, target audience, ultra wealthy individuals, economic focus, revenue generation, um, vetting. But see, they're still gonna have the green cards, but now they're implementing this gold card, which I think is going to be extremely beneficial for the economy.
excited. This is huge. I'm going to play for you this clip. I'm going to play for you this amazing clip of Trump talking about this, and then I've got my trusty, you know it, you love it, I love it, the trusty outline where I break it down. I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal. But listen to the man, the myth, the legend himself actually discuss it, and then we'll talk more about this. Holy macadamia nut! Is this going to be incredible?
It's hard to put into words the horrors that we've witnessed every day during our time here. Entire families coming to the emergency department, injured.
We're going to be doing something else. It's going to be very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before, anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to
2
say
weeks.
a couple of words about it?
Sure.
President, are there
Wait a
any
minute, hold on.
requirements for that
Hang on
gold
a second.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe and fraud. And it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. President can give them a green card, and they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit. Why do we give out lotteries of green cards? Why do we give out EB-5 for green cards? President of the United States understands that the right answer is, why don't we eliminate the deficit?
Wow. Now that right there is incredible. I mean, from my perspective, they say that we is all these trillions of dollars of debt, all this, debt that we're in. What a way to rapidly reduce that debt and get out the red and get into the green. You know what I'm saying? We're actually getting to the gold, because this gold card, a lot of people, like with President Trump in office, made no mistake. People talk all crazy about it, but they know America is back. We a powerhouse that we're soon to be that powerhouse that we once were on an economic level. So that is attractive to a lot of people all across the world that want to be a part of the greatest nation on earth. So people that's very wealthy that, want to get into the country to flourish their businesses, this will attract them. $5 million to ultra wealthy people is not anything. That's like $500 to, for somebody trying to get a passport. So to have citizenship in America for that price, you're going to attract a lot of the wealthiest people in the world to want to come here and invest into our country. And they're going to use that to trim down the deficit. That's amazing. Let's continue.
Deficit of the United States of America instead.
The gold card, well, millions, but the gold card will bring in with it people that create jobs, very high level people. I think companies will pay to get people in. For instance, you today graduate from the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford or any college, and nobody knows if you can even go to work for a company. So Apple and all these companies that want to get people to be working for them will be able to buy a card, and for the people that are number one in their class at top schools, I see that as one of the things. But generally speaking, it'll be people with money and people that create jobs, and they won't have to pay any tax on income outside of the United States, which they're not paying right now. They're not citizens, but they'll have to pay if they create jobs in the United States. They'll pay full taxes like everybody else. So you're getting big taxpayers, big job producers, and we'll be able to sell maybe 1 million of these cards, maybe more than that. And if you add up the numbers, they're pretty good. As an example, 1 million cards would be worth $5 trillion. $5 trillion.
Wow.
And if you sell 10 million of the cards, that's a total of $50 trillion. Well, we have 35 trillion in debt. That'd be nice. So we'll see. But It could be great. Maybe it will be fantastic. We have it all worked out from the legal standpoint. It's totally legal to do. Hasn't been done before. It's been done in many different forms. We give them away. Why should we give them away? We shouldn't give them away. And I think it's something very exciting. I think it's potentially just something.
This guy is a businessman. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? This man is a man that the country is basically a business. So coming up with innovative ways to attract more business to the country is only, you know, the smart and wise business moves to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is something that who else would have thought of this but Donald Trump? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great idea.
Something that we're all very excited about.
Today we are setting up this Chick-fil-A employee for anything she wants.
You could pick any item you want. I'll go get it for you.
This is what happens when you have a business guy in office and not a career politician, a rotting corpse, a vegetable in chief like Biden. This is what happens when you have an entrepreneur, somebody who has put in blood, sweat, and tears into every single dollar. This is what makes sense. This is called common sense. I mean, tell me that's not amazing.
Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to Professor Nez. If you want to watch the rest of that, you could go over to Professor Nez on YouTube. But yeah, he's absolutely correct. I think it's a win-win, you know, for the country. Trim down the debt, build up, you know, revenue for the country. I think that would help, you know, clear out all this trillions of dollars that we got that they say that we owe and all that. And yeah, you know, you got somebody that's not a traditional politician that's, you know, creating different avenues for us to receive this money. I mean, in addition to what he's doing with Elon Musk and Doge, finding all the corruption and redirecting that, man, the man ain't even been in office but a month and some change. And to me, I see the promise of a better America. But I also want to present this video. Shout out to the content creator. Let's get his thoughts. Anton Daniels. So yeah, let's bring that up and let's see what he has to say about this.
It's kind of all makes sense now how things are playing out. Some people were wondering, for example, because America is a business first. Marriage is a business first. Everything is a business. This is 100% facts. When you start auditing the federal government, when you start going through all of the waste and seeing where the money is going, it's kickback season. It's business. It's money. When you see why people donate to Democratic and Republican campaigns, when you see people that are in those suites, it is business. It is money. It is all commerce, 100%. And the difference between then and now is that America has been on the losing side as a country, even though individuals have been getting rich. Congress members has been getting rich. Who God knows who has been getting rich. Ukraine.
Man, that's a good point that Anton just said right there. Yeah, individuals have been coming up, but you know, as a country, as a nation, we have been suffering. When you look at the statistics, we're down bad. You know what I'm saying? In comparison to prior years, we haven't been this down bad in I would say several decades. You know what I'm saying? As far as a nation on a competitive scale with other nations, you know, I mean, a lot of nations across the world are down bad right now because they depend on America's economy. When our economy is thriving, it seems like it's a ripple effect for the whole world. We are very powerful on the chessboard of the world economy. So it's imperative that we thrive economically for a lot of other nations to do so as well. So let me go ahead and let this play out.
Ukraine has been getting an ungodly amount of money. All of these places outside of the United States of America has been getting crazy money. And for whatever reason, we've been letting the world rob us blind. But it kind of makes sense now, right? I think that Trump's number one goal is to place the United States of America on a pedestal to where it was supposed to be before it made everybody available, before it made itself everybody available. And I don't believe that they're getting rid of the green card. I didn't hear that, so I'll deep dive into it a little bit more on the Millionaire Morning Show. But I think that if you are the number one country in the world, and this is the way in which people can get citizenship, I know that people fly over here for birthright citizenship. First, you have to remove everybody out of here that's not supposed to be here, because you don't want people to get a leg up on somebody that is going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for a card. Now, let's be clear. A gold card that basically puts you ahead of the line and guarantees your citizenship and expedites the process is absolutely, in my opinion, a phenomenal idea.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like Antoine said, it makes perfect sense. See, all of this is a process that Donald Trump is doing. He walked into a disaster of an economy, that was handed over by the Biden administration. First thing, like you said, we need to get the people up out of here that don't belong here. Once we get that, you know what I'm saying, and you see that with the mass deportation, ICE, time home, and what have you. Once you get the people up out of here, now, you know what I'm saying, you can start to invite immigrants that, are legal, that will actually contribute instead of take away from society. You know what I'm saying? And that's phase 2 in this process. You know what I'm saying? And if you just pay attention, when you have a project, okay, how do I address this project? First, I have to see, what is the problem? Let's solve the immediate problem, the disaster zone. You know what I'm saying? The border, all this extra spending. Let's get that under control. All right, what's phase 2? All right, let me usher in this other crew to go ahead and attract more business. Now that we done trimmed the fat down, now we can start to put some more meat on the bone that is, nutritious and will, feed us the correct things. So yeah, definitely.
Because what it allows for you to do is to make more money. And if they're actually using it to pay down the deficit for the federal government or fund things that actually make America greater than it already is, then I'm all for it. Any monies that pay down the federal deficit and forcing people to then recognize our greatness as a country, while at the same time incentivizing people to go about doing it the right way and removing illegals that's not supposed to be here so that you can make it more valuable. Because the only way that you can charge a premium is if it's not easy for people to just be able to get in here in the first place, which factor.
You're telling me that you would rather do this than this. The ratcheting
factors into the thing that Black people originally was supposed to have, which was birthright citizenship for slaves or descendants of slaves. And now I think that we should be doing away with birthright citizenship, because just because you come in here illegally does not mean that you should be able to have rights to stay here because you had children here, or your children should have rights.
Facts. 14th Amendment was for foundational Black Americans. We already established that centuries ago. Now it's time to go ahead and, if we don't do away with it, revamp it, because people using that to drop off anchor babies, and that's not going to be productive for our society. We want to make sure that we have a concentrated process that we screen everybody and everything that's coming in and out of our nation, just like you would want to screen any and everything that is coming out of your home. You feel me?
Rights to stay here. I believe that they all need to go, and you can't do something illegally and then get profit from it. So this is I didn't see this coming. There's no way in the world that I could have seen this coming. This is a very interesting proposal, but let's see what else that they have to say about it.
The gold card.
But I think we get the gist of that. And I didn't want to be here too long. to talk about that, since this is a new proposal that actually rolled out last night, late last night, while most of us were asleep. But what say you? You know what I'm saying? New gold cards to attract high value immigrants. I think it's amazing, especially the aspect of it going towards the deficit that we're in, the trillions of dollars, attract more high value people to this nation that will then boost up this economy. Hey, sound like a win-win to me. But hey, I'm your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. We love y'all. Peace and blessings, and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Peace out.